Hi, welcome. It's so nice to have you here, Cara. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for taking the time for being here. I guess before
yeah,
we get started, would you take the time just to let us know who you are and what your business is, please?
yeah. My name is Dr. Cara Tucker, and I currently run and own a clinical psychology practice where, out of meeting Paula, I've been able to drive a stronger voice in actually a consulting area of my business, which is working with business owners and consulting with them as well. So, yeah, lots of transformed since I met Paula, and yeah, so that's who I am and what I do, and that's me.
So, well, I often ask people about where they are now and where they want to go. There's such important questions when we're looking to grow our business. So, let's start at the very beginning. 4 years ago, when we first started working together,
Oh,
we met each
man.
other at one of my workshops. Can you tell us a little bit about you, I guess, as a woman, then a Sassy CEO in your business, and, I guess how you were feeling, what were you stuck on? What was it like? Give us a snapshot.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know anything. Like, I jumped into a business even after having like a business management degree, but still not really knowing nothing. And so I think at first what it taught me was, I mean, what attracted me to you is there was this like confidence about you, like this sassiness. And I was like, yeah, maybe that's me, but I'm hiding. Like, I didn't know what that was. And then I began to realize, just through your beautiful coaching and out of such love, that I realized how much I didn't know, that I needed your support to be able to figure out how to really start structuring. And, one of your key words is getting really intentional. Like, I didn't know to the depth of what intention really meant. I just thought, hey, start a business, there you go, and let's just help people and love people and nurture people, but not ever knowing, hang on, what intentionally a business could really do for me, what it could do for other people, how it could serve other people in a really deep way. And yeah, so it was really like life changing. I mean, how can you not after 4 years? So huge,
So
huge.
tell me, those, by not having those strategies and that, I guess, energy about your business, what were the symptoms you were feeling without knowing that stuff?
Um, Disorganized, chaotic, busy, drone, such masculine energy,
Mm.
to the point of sickness, like walking pneumonia. Here I am trying to treat others, but just completely ill,
Yeah.
on a physical level, but not so symptoms physically, mentally, being alone too. So not really being able to have somebody to go to about small little wins or really big wins, or really big losses. Like, yeah,
Yeah. Not having that bouncing person.
yeah. And somebody who, Paula, like you, just being so knowledgeable and wise in what it is that you do know. So just starting to set up systems in a really valuable clarity way. Um, I didn't run my business off of values or purpose. I had no clue. So the deeper existential questions that you start fine tuning too, but very busy, chaotic, you name it.
Amazing. And so, what's your experience? If you can, I often get asked that. What's it like to be a Sassy CEO? What's your experience with the program and being involved and working so closely with me?
The first thing I'm going to do is actually being able to really control your business, rather than it controlling you. Um, and yes, it's, you go through the personal emotional ups and downs and fluctuations of what business will always bring. But I think having someone and a group, being a part of the collective, um, you have other very like minded people who you don't have to be ashamed for what it is that you love to own and what you like to control, and that we are overachievers, but we
Yeah.
can do it gracefully. Like, yeah, so it's yeah, just fulfilled.
We can own that. We don't have to change that,
Yeah,
change how we
yeah, like being a queen, you know? Yeah, not being peasants, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's actually an interesting point, not being a peasant. Tell me a little bit about how your money story's changed.
oh my gosh. Okay. So big, deep. So, little girl, rags to riches, like used to wait in lines at churches just to get donated of food. And I always wondered why I never really liked potatoes, but now I get it because I just had to wait in line and all they would ever give us was potatoes. So, really coming from my mom's money story, which I clarified, which was actually my mom's money story, um, but also being able to really develop gracefully going, yeah, even with a money story, it actually still sticks with you, but to know that you can keep accountable to yourself knowing it's there. So I always say it's always going to be there because it's a big part of who you are. But my money story has allowed me to feel free to go, it's okay to make money. It's okay to serve people, value myself. I'm now, thanks to Paula, and she may not want me to say this, but has made me a millionaire
Oh,
twofold.
happy for you to say that.
And
Proud of you.
I mean, just, you know, never, you think about it and you think it's just a concept or a general, but to actually say, I really am, um, words can't really articulate because emotions don't have logic to articulate how that's changed. So now she was able to identify a bit more where I don't actually have to buy other people's businesses to rescue them.
Right.
So I can be a psychologist and you can come to me, but I don't have to rescue you in your money story. So I was able to really identify a huge one this last year of going, I don't actually have to rescue people in business by buying $20,000 businesses because they're going and crashing. Um, that, your money story kind of keeps with you, but it can also, once you're aware of it, oh wait, hang on. I'm not gonna go into the vortex again. Like, hang on, they have responsibility. They need to take responsibility, and if they want me to help them, I'm happy. But you need to value me too, kind of thing.
That's right.
Um,
What was
and
your
the numbers don't lie.
How much did you say generating per annum when we first met?
Oh gosh. So based on the structure of my business, my first year, I probably really only made, which still is really good, don't get me wrong, but going to school for all those years, so I probably was just under six figures.
Mm-hmm.
But that's with taxes taken out, so probably only about 90,000. But that was also having pneumonia and stuff too, so it wasn't.
Good with pneumonia, and then by applying the systems and being, involved in doing the strategic planning and being open to growing you as the Sassy CEO, what's happened financially?
Oh gosh. I would say monthly now, I'm probably pulling in well over about 300,000
Yeah,
just in a quarter. So it's 5 times the amount.
amazing, just amazing.
I
Well,
know. I mean, even to say it out loud, Paul, I'm just like, wow.
yeah, and
Like,
it just goes to show that what can come. People always feel like things have to be really complicated to have that change happen, but it is actually as simple as focusing, being intentional, and obviously, we've really changed your identity as a leader from being on your own or possibly just having one person working with you to growing a team, stepping into that leadership role and creating something that's bigger than you.
yeah, and to trust yourself, like deep within, you already have the answer. Like, Paula does a really good job at asking the right questions. So I think once you can start asking yourself the right questions, sometimes it's still very difficult to do that within your own brain. So to have a collective or to have a Facebook group for other women to ask you specific questions about it, sometimes you just need that to jar your brain to go, that's as simple as it can be. You already have the answers.
That's right.
Um,
You have all the
yeah,
resources you need.
yeah. I mean, to the point of interviews and the value of your culture, you can weed out 20 applicants just based on that alone to find the right, two or three applicants that to leverage is just perfect for your business. Because the more you know yourself, the better. So it's
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just
Amazing journey. You're such an inspiration. Thank you.
well, takes one to definitely know one. I wouldn't be here without you, honestly. Like,
It's an absolute pleasure.
promise myself I won't cry.
It's a pleasure. I have loved working with you and watching your journey, and it just brings me so much joy and helps me fulfill my mission. So thank you for letting me be me and help you. Awesome.